Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Facebook page, True Divine, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. Any likes, shares, subscribes, comments, greatly appreciated, and thank you to everybody who does that thus far. I put out as much free content as I can to help support, guide, and inspire the collective. Always take what resonates here and leave the rest behind, because this is a general reading, so it can't be specific to everybody. Use your own discernment. Other than that, this is part of the free content, as in I put out daily energy readings to help give you an idea of the energies around you. I combine that with the tarot and bring a narrative to you to help guide and inspire you on your day. So this is for the 8th of the 8th, 2020, and it is the daily energy reading. So we've got the 8 of Pentacles up first. So right here, you know, the 8 of Pentacles representing the fact that there's been work done, good work done. You know, she's getting the flatbreads out of the oven, out of the fire oven. She's getting the, there's this particular name for it, I can't remember. Another person's working on a tapestry, and the other people are grinding the seeds. So, and they're all mothers, they're all divine feminine. So the feminine making the provision, making the sustenance for the family, for the community. So there's been work here that's been done either collectively or individually that is paying off, which is clarified by this Page of Cups. So, you know, this brings in good messages, happy messages, especially regarding relationships, relationships within the community that you're building, the friendships, whatever it might be for you. This brings in, you know, happy messages, but it does speak of being careful, because it's clarified with this 8 of Pentacles that you've worked so hard to attain. This Page of Cups can be a bit dreamy, can be a bit in a dreamy mode, too much so. So it's reminding you to keep your focus, because the energies that we're feeling right now is that we are really seeing and feeling a definite divide, a definite separation that is very clear to feel and see between frequencies, where people who are, you know, on the lower frequency from within, they are connecting to the lower frequency on the without around them. And then there's the people who have been doing the inner work and working on themselves, and they're connecting to this higher frequency. So there's a real separation here. Now the danger is that you can't just be too dreamy. The wisdom of the mother is to know that the mother isn't just there now, nicey all the time. The wisdom of the mother is to know when the wisdom is to defend for her young, defend for her community. So in this card, you see another divine feminine, because this is the next card, the 7 of Wands, and she's trying to protect the provisions that have been built up. So we go from the 8 of Pentacles here to all of these mothers having the divine feminine energy to have enough to feed and provide for the community in many different ways, in the material, the physical realm, everything we feel, touch and see, you know, being that divine feminine energy that spurred it on, that grew it first, that holds space and time for it, that manages it. So then we have this other divine feminine energy here, then having to not be too dreamy, not just take these dreamy messages on board and not use your own discernment also, because she's having to work hard with her fierce wand to protect the provisions from these rats. Now, funnily enough, we're in the year of the rat in Chinese astrology. So I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to remind myself what it says about the year of the rat, because I think it is important for some reason for whoever's listening to hear. So we'll see what comes up anyway. See if it means anything. Yeah, rats. So we have, I know the rat for me is you know, cunning. So it says here the rat symbolizing intelligence in culture, which means both cuteness and shrewdness. As a matter of fact, the rat in nature can react to natural disasters such as earthquakes, flood, drought, and the plague of locusts. So it was considered to be a godly creature by the ancient people. So that's very interesting, isn't it, for how we see rats now, that you can see the flip side of everything, how everything's been flipped up on its lid. The ancients know about the fact that we have to be discerning, because these rats, are cunning, and they might sneak in with cuteness and shrewdness, as in this Page of Cups. So right now, I'm not talking about causing more divide, but what I am talking about is right now the energies that we're in, things are changing, and there's been certain people making provisions, certain people doing the inner work to prepare for this time. There are others that have not listened, that have not wanted to do the inner work, not connected with that frequency, but they might be starting to panic a little bit now, and in seeing your provisions, they might come in with shrewdness and cuteness, to come in, not to be a part of the community per se, but to steal stocks for their community. So there's this cleverness here that it can be cloaked, and so to take mind of that. The card clarifying this is the King of Swords. So again, this rat-like energy coming up, because this is intelligence, this is knowing, this is no bullshit, cut to the quick, speak his mind, speaks his truth. Is a very discerning energy. It's an energy of delegation, knowing how to work things out, knowing and seeing the truth behind even the most shrewd characters that are wrapped up in a nice bow. And so right now we now have this divine feminine energy finding herself having to protect, can't get it up here, to protect the provisions for her community from these shrewd, cute rats and these intelligent rats. So we need the divine masculine also to help take action, to make sure that any energy like this is cut out of the crowd. And that's not being ruthless, that is, making sure that you have the provisions that you have created through your inner work, therefore reflecting in your outer world for you and yours. And that's okay to do, because from that place, then you can help people who want to be helped. But from that place, you also have to be this divine feminine energy in the Seven of Wands and this divine masculine energy in the King of Swords, and be discerning and be not ruthless, but have clarity of mind and know your reasoning, so that you can see these characters, so that you can cut them out of that circle, because they're a dangerous thing to have within a community that is having to pull together, or a family unit or a friendship unit that is having to pull together. The third card being the Three of Wands. So here you see there's lots of productivity going on. The Three of Wands is taking that action, sowing those seeds, windows of opportunity to make things grow, to create things, to take the action, to move things forward with speed. There's a lot happening in this card. We've got these cows pulling the plough, we've got seeds being planted, we've got rows made for the seeds ready. So the preparation of the Two of Wands has come into the action of the Three of Wands. So where you are taking action to create more provision, to create more stability for you and yours, be aware of this energy that might sneak in to try and either disrupt it or take from it unfairly. Because to clarify this Three of Wands, we have the Tower, but it is in reverse. And so this speaks to avoidable disaster. It speaks to taking action, as in the Three of Wands, being discerning, as in the King of Swords, having that divine feminine energy of, the mother not just saying, oh, they're there, all nice, nicey, nicey. The mother can be as beautiful as she is, the most compassionate being, but the mother can also, in her compassion and in her love, be the fierce lion, as in, I'm the most compassionate thing I can try and be. I try my best to share the love that I have with people and the understanding that I have for people, but threaten my young, or threaten anybody's young for that matter, and I turn into a lethal lioness. And that is the mother in me, that's the balance in me, that is what a mother does. And so we have this divine feminine energy that is fierce, ready to protect her and her own. And so that speaks to this avoidance. You can avoid this disaster. If you choose to ignore it and just be all love and light and no discernment, then there is going to be that theft of provision or that breaking up of the community by this sneaky little dreamy energy that may be a little bit narcissistic. And we're seeing that on the greater stage as well. You know, they're all hen fighting over what they want and who wants to be in charge. But while they're doing that, we need to reflect in ourselves, our sovereignty and our divinity, and know that we are allowed to protect what we've worked for, what we have built up. We are allowed to share our knowledge and allow people to experience our higher frequency, but we are also supposed to be that divine feminine mother and that divine masculine father that cuts out bullshit, that seeks to dissolve it or seeks to harm it in any which way. So just be aware of those energies coming up more and more today and the week coming up. You know, it really does feel like this separation really is happening because of all of the things from the outside the collective stage that's being fed into the collective creative source pool, and what we're picking up from it and where we choose to pick up from it, whether it's lower frequency or higher frequency. There's this divide happening. So on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Fool card, Major Arcana, the Fool. And so this Fool is ready for the new, ready for experiencing a new way of life, a new way of doing things. This Fool isn't afraid to be up on this stage, showing which way he's going to go. He's holding his hands up to the sun, looking for the direction from the universe, not from the direction of a politician or anybody from royalty or even somebody that's famous. Believe it or not, people are still doing that. We are looking to ourselves and we are taking the energy from around us and knowing when the time is right to move forward with something new. This speaks of great things happening along on that journey, but it's not without its disasters. But thank goodness today, whoever this resonates with, this is avoidable disaster. You pretty much know, if this resonates with you, who this energy is. You pretty much know what this Page of Cups represents. So taking that on board, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Swords. So within all of this, we have to remember to stay grounded. Within all of this, we have to remember to do meditation, however it works for us, to make that time to connect with source energy, creative source energy, so that we can be brave like this Fool and be directed on our paths, feel our way on our paths, rather than being so stuck in this system that we wait for the next instruction or the next demand, therefore, thereafter, you know, before we make a move. We are divine sovereign beings, and those that are on the higher frequency understand that and are moving forward with that. But even when things come along like this Tower in reverse, keep your focus like the Fool. Take the experience of it for what it is and then keep on moving forward. Don't let it stop you now. Underneath that is the Four of Pentacles. So it's talking about stability, foundation. Again, look, they're building up foundations, they're building up resources, they're saving water, they're sacking seeds and grain so that it stays safe and dry. You know, making that preparation. So it's all about preparation and accolade for the preparation that you've made thus far, but it's not without attention. People are looking at you. The people who are doing well, whether it is building up a new community, building up more provisions, or doing really well in a new way on the collective stage. There are people that are going to want to either be jealous of this or seek to harm this, because in whatever way it threatens their ego, or in whatever way they want to hijack the work that you've done. So just be aware of that today and make sure that you use the discernment and the intelligence and the no ribbons and bows talking of this King of Swords. to make sure that that energy does not affect you in a way that it shouldn't be allowed to affect you. So that's the reading for the 8th of August 2020. If you would like a private reading with me, or if you'd like any spiritual guidance sessions or any energy work sessions, get in touch with the details below, or hit me up on Facebook at True Divine, sorry. And you can message me on there, go straight to the business page, and I can see the messages a lot easier in there. So until next time, much love, be balanced. I'm going to get that door and be whole. Mwah.